Alrighty. Hello, everybody. How's it? How's it going? How we doing? I'm gonna put you guys over here so I'm looking straight at you. Isn't that? Oh God, it's unnerving even me. Direct eye contact. Think good to know? Bro, I couldn't find your marshmallow link. It was there, guys. It was on Twitter. It was there. It was there. I'm sorry if you couldn't find it, but it was there. I just couldn't think of anything to ask. That's all right. I have some questions that have been screened and approved by management. I feel bad because they were like, hey, can you just look through the questions, like pass us some along, and then we'll send you back the ones that are fine. And I think they didn't expect me to send them so many. In my mind, I was going to do these like relatively quickly. And I think in their mind, these are like discussion questions, you know, like a short essay prompt. So, yeah. No rapid fire. Guys, it's fine. It's literally fine. I still got a good amount of questions. And they even gave me some extra ones if I need more. So yes, thank you, Mane-san, for your hard work today. Will you be talking about the meet and greet tickets? You beat me to it. You beat me to it. I was gonna get there. The stream just started. But yes, the meet and greet tickets have been on sale for about 2 hours. I do believe that in total, over all of the time slots, there are, from what I've read and been told, there are around 315, just 315 tickets per talent over, like, I think a couple days, a few days, 2 or 3 days. There are different time slots. You buy a ticket for the time slot. I believe they are 3,500 yen. I'm not gonna look. I know how to do my job. I'm not gonna look. Mane-san, I'm not looking it up. I know that to be true. It's 3,500 yen. They've been on sale for 2 hours. I've seen some people confused about how it's taking place. It's gonna be in a Discord made for the event. We're all like the talents are all gonna have our own like burner Discord accounts, and you'll just join the call just before your time slot is up, and they'll make sure everything's good, and then we'll join, and you just talk for your allotted time to us in Discord. I've also seen a lot of people saying they don't want to turn on your webcam. You don't have to. Of course, we'd love to see you, but like if you're uncomfortable with your webcam, I'm not gonna say like, hey man, better turn that on. Like, it's all right. It's chill. It's chill. The experience is for you guys, so however you guys want to do it is my preference. From Ellie's stream, Mane-san said you can use your VTuber model. I was getting there too. Why? They're the same person. Yes, you can use like a VTuber or Live 2D model if you would prefer that as well. So yes. I've seen some people concerned about their English being bad. We are all there to facilitate a comfortable, I guess, memorable experience for you guys. So, like, if you need to write something down on a note card or whatever, like, it's fine. Most of us don't speak English well either. See you soon, Shiki. See you soon, Sora. I think I saw on Twitter that you had gotten a ticket. Yeah. So, yes. That is my blurb about the meet and greet. Also, don't forget, the tickets to Skyward Fates, our concert on December 13th or 14th, depending on your time zone, are also on sale for 6,000 yen. Live concert featuring all 15 of us. We've all been working real hard. Again, like I said last time, I've seen the set list, obviously. It's a banger. Even the songs I'm not on, there are some bangers in there. It's a banger. But the songs I am on are the ones that I like the best. Hello, I love your voice. This is my first time on your stream. Thanks, already. We talked about it yesterday, guys. Everyone's like, dang, your voice, bro. And I'm like, I don't know. It's okay. But yes. I think you have good music taste, so I trust you when you say they're bangers. Yeah, I mean, obviously, it's like a group effort. I don't know how much I can speak on it, but I think I can say that management asked us all to submit songs, like, within reason, that we know we would have rights to, and then they picked from everybody's lists, and then the final set list is like an amalgam of everybody's submissions. JP songs only or EN? They are, I'm trying to be tactful. They are all songs that we would have the rights to sing. There you go. I don't want to say too much. The first 20 minutes are accessible for free. I saw some discussion about that. Yes. There is a free portion of the concert. Yes, Liron Lockheart, a first stage production EN, third generation LAMENTUS. The first 20 minutes is free. Yeah. So yes, that is all of my shilling for today, unless I get questions about it. But I think that just about covers anything anyway. Oh, and your ticket to the concert allows you to, I believe, view the archive up until, I think, sometime in early January. I don't remember the exact date, I'm sorry. But I think you get access to, like, the VOD, so to speak, till, like, I think it's the 14th. That's all the information, I think, that you need to know about the concert. Tickets on sale now. And there you go. You hear that, Mane-san? I did it, and I didn't have to look up anything. Okay, well. Today I had a burrito, and it gave me a tummy ache, and I got up extra early for some reason, and I got sleepy again because nobody brought me a coffee, even though I asked you guys for one, and then I went back to sleep, and yeah. So proud. Thanks, Mane-san. Bad burrito? Oh, no, it was good. But sometimes if you have something with a lot of beans in it, you get a tummy ache. That's all. You didn't tell us how you like your coffee? You guys are supposed to know me well enough. Did you ask nicely? That's not how this works. Do we look like maids? Yeah. That was my best Heath Ledger Joker impression with the scene when he has the grenade vest on. And that guy goes, "You think you could steal from us and just walk away?" And he pauses for a second. He goes, "Yeah." So, yeah. How do I like my coffee? I don't like it very black. I like it probably... I don't want it to be milk either, though. Like, somewhere neutral in the middle. Aren't you supposed to do stuff for us? Yeah, but I seem to remember inferring that divine intervention wasn't cheap. And that perhaps you guys have sold yourselves into a kind of mutual partnership. Any specific creamer? Whole milk, or I like hazelnut creamer. If I'm feeling frisky, I can get like oat milk sometimes. I like mochas. I like just dark roasts with cream in them. Do you like cucumbers and pickles? Yup. Yup. Like a nice chill, like cooled, like slightly like salted, like cucumber slices or pickles right out of the jar. Yummy. Baja Blast Pie. Guys, I've seen that thing on the internet, and it looks like not an edible substance. I can make you some coffee from prison. No, you can keep your slop. You can keep your slop, Liron. The chemical, like literally, they're taking me to Taco Bell and making me eat the chemical. Pickles and cucumbers? Grow up. Grow up. It's crunchy water that sometimes is sour. I love crunchy water. Salty crunchy water. Never tasted pickles? Yummy. Do you like sparkling water? Not really. It kind of throws me off. I don't like that it doesn't, it just like tastes like static. If you'd seen pre-chat, you'd hate me. I diss soup and pickles. If you think I would hate you, why are you ratting on yourself? Good evening, Shiki. Good evening, horse appreciator. Hope you appreciated some good horses. This is my first impression of you, and I did diagnose you with Pookie. Thank you. Oh, posing is so fun. I'm so pretty. Didn't know Shiki was such a diva. Where have you been? Aight, bro. Come on. Pretty men who know they're pretty. The best kind. The best kind. A John Diva? Yeah. 2.0 gonna be powerful? I don't know anything about that either, guys. We're on week 2. We're at the end of week 2. I have no idea what 2.0 is gonna be like. I know I'll be serving though. Shake your hair? Sharp hands, you can't. You can't. Shiki Pape? Nobody wants a Shiki Pape more than me, guys. I'll be honest. That guy's going on my belt like a Labubu. Hope you're having a nice night. I am having a nice night, Andy. I know, bro, using that 30-in-1 shampoo. Yeah, 30-in-1 shampoo, body wash, conditioner, moisturizer, exfoliator, toothpaste, peanut butter, grout. Yeah. Yeah, grout. You know, you like what you put in between tiles when you're putting tiles down. Shiki, strike a pose for the fans. Okay, Ashkariel's Halo. There you go. My manager says I need to take advantage of my good looks more often, and I know they're right, but especially when I'm like playing a game, it's kind of hard. But when it's like a Zatsu, it's like easy, you know? The face he makes when he says he doesn't wash his legs because the water will get it. Come now, who do you think I am? I'm using my grout 30-in-1 will get it. Addie, thank you for the food queen. No problem, Addie. You? Oh, ye of little faith. Ye of little faith. If it cleans grout, then it'll clean your hair. No, it doesn't clean grout. It is grout. And peanut butter, and toothpaste, and body wash, and shampoo, and conditioner, and exfoliator, and moisturizer. It's the chemical. How is your hair soft? You're putting grout on it? Guys, we don't judge how mysterious 30-in-1 substances work, okay? We just know they do. At the end of the day, he's still a man. God bless. The real question is, do you exfoliate every day? No. God, no. Why would I do that? Shiki, have a good stream. Lots of love. Thanks, Savvy. Has been FDA approved? We don't know what that is in the spirit realm. That doesn't exist there. Hi, Shiki. Hi, Bella. It barely exists in the normal realm? Maybe. Hi, Shiki. Hi, Cutin. Do you perhaps put cucumbers on your eyes? No, cucumbers are for eating. Shiki, you should get a cat. I prefer dogs. I'm sorry. Cucumbers are for beauty? Yeah. Beautiful gut bacteria. Well, anyone got anything else to ask? Bro hates cats? Literally, no one said that. Literally, no one said that. Least of all me. But I'm cat-coded? Since when does being coded something mean you have to have one? You guys are all eternal follower coded, but I don't see everyone following me everywhere. Yet. Winter or summer? Winter. What time is it there for you? It's late evening, going into night. Do you know the pickle priest? Of course. That's the best pickle salesman the world over. Ocean or forest? Forest. Favorite expression on my model? Probably this one. Yeah. Yeah, I won't answer too many questions here because we got marshmallows to get through. So, without further ado, I need to see how big this is gonna be. I think if I shuffle over here like this, it, and then maybe it. Nope. What about it? Almost. What about here? There. And then this goes away. Alrighty. So, marshmallow time. First question. Mane-san really was like, here's the first question. Why'd you give me a hard one first? I gotta, like, settle into this. So, first question. All of these, of course, are from Anonymous. What is your definition of a worthy master? I guess I kind of alluded to it a minute ago when I said, like, you know how, like I said, it's kind of like a partnership, like a mutual partnership? So, like, there's a master-servant relationship, yes, but there's also, like, a mutual respect there. Like, we each know our roles, and we each respect the other, but, like, not in, like a cold way. They know that their servant is, like, the biggest diva in FSP, right? And then I'm deserving of some level of admiration. So, yeah. Worthy master. Basically just Femi Shiki? I never said that. Unusual master-servant dynamics, my beloved? Yeah. I think... Worthy master. Also someone who's, like... They don't give me, like, bullshit to do. You understand? I've done a lot of menial tasks. It's, I guess a balance. There's a balance to be found. We haven't found anybody yet, though, guys. We're still looking. Oh, we're still looking. Shiki is the trusted advisor, parentheses, evil. A worthy master wouldn't have to worry about me poisoning them. Shiki would serve the osmanthus soup. Yeah, guards, feed him the soup. How much do you charge for the osmanthus soup? That's free. That's free. Yeah, don't mind the soup. It's extra sweet today. Don't mind it. I don't mind it. Can you give an example of a character who would be a worthy master? A character, huh? Oh, that's kind of hard. A character? I'm trying to think of, like, master-servant relationships in media that I've seen, and I'm, like, drawing a blank. A character. Oh. Like, I'm not saying... they're not really my type, but, Like Saber and Shiro from Fate. That's like a good relationship. There's like some mutual respect there. We don't talk about the mana transferring. That's not like part of our my usual services. But yeah. They like there's some like mutual respect there. So you need a housewife? Well, Shiro knows that Saber is a powerful servant worthy of respect and some level of respect, then I guess pampering even. Not Black Butler? Guys, it might come as a shock, but I'm not very familiar with Black Butler. I just know its name, and I'd recognize it in like in a lineup. It's one of those things that I have to watch, like, for myself. Have you seen Hellsing? I know of Hellsing, kind of. I don't know who Integra is, though, in Hellsing. You want to be treated like a show dog? Maybe. Show dogs get treated well, guys. Have you ever known any? I have. I've spent time with like dog breeders, like professional ones. Those dogs get treated real well. I haven't read or watched Soul Eater, but maybe the weapons and their masters. That's not a bad example either, actually. That's not a bad example either. My family shows and they're all extremely spoiled. See? Show dogs eat better than most people. Yeah, and they have better hygiene than most people, too. Can't talk to dogs, so I don't know any. Dogs understand you. So more of a partnership rather than a master-servant? Yeah, but like... no master-servant relationship is complete without those roles still being quietly understood, even if they're not as explicitly spoken about all the time. Does that make sense? I'll be your servant? That's not how this would work. Emphasis on would. Make no mistake, you guys ain't worthy yet. You're trying? We're only 2 weeks in, guys. It's gonna be a long journey if you ever make it. Do we need more training? Yeah, that's the least of it. Alright, well. That's my definition of a worthy master. What's the time frame? We don't work by such cut and dry terms. We'll know it if we make it. If. Okay. Shiki would need a powerful onmyoji who can handle him? Yeah. Because if you're a bad master, Osmantha soup. Guards, get my master the soup. Okay, well, Next question. Would you mind it if we gave you anime, movie, etc. recs based on what you like? Maybe with a tag? I'm a picky adult too, but I find anime series I enjoy now and then, sometimes niche as hell ones. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't mind. We've talked about it a bit on stream already, especially, you know, I've talked about my tastes and things, and I consider myself a consumer of media. So yeah, I mean, I'm not sure. I mean, maybe with a tag. That's something I guess we can discuss. But I'm a consumer, spelled with 2 O's instead of a U. A picky adult 2. I'm not sure if I agree with this 2 here. Am I picky? Do you guys think I'm picky? This person seems to. Not really, not yes, no. Maybe, if maybe not picky, maybe the word I would use is discerning, which is like basically semantics, but semantics are important. Semantics are important. John Dictionary over here. Okay, Sharp Hands. Is everything John to you? That's like the 4th John message. Yeah? Cool. Well. Find anime series I enjoy now and then. God, it's been a minute for me. Like, I used to, like, be that guy who would, like, go and, like, check the, you know, like, the big calendar that they would release before a season. And be like, here's all the upcoming shows, and here's the new ones, and here's the ones that are being renewed. And it's like, man, I haven't done that in years. Years. I just really feel like it, I don't know. And I don't think anime's changed. I don't think so. And I don't think the quality has gotten really necessarily better or worse. I changed. I changed. I had a friend that watched every single seasonal anime, and I don't know how they did that with a full-time job. I couldn't tell you. Think you just got sick of seeing the same stuff for a while, grew out of it? Yeah, I think that's definitely part of it. Last anime I watched week to week, I think it was Frieren. I watched Dandadan a little bit, but I kind of fell off. And I think that's it. The last anime I was invested in, Attack on Titan. I think you mean Shingeki no Kyojin. Yeah, that's been done for a minute, huh? Because it had the final season, the final part. Oh, brother, this guy. Wow, there's a lot of nerd emotes in there. If you like that, you... My most recent was Gachi Akata. I've heard good things, but I haven't seen it. I didn't click with Dungeon Meshi. Everyone loved it except for me. They're giving you the Shuyamino treatment. What is it? Because we're both like sorcerer adjacent with Kadashiros. And you're purple. didn't like Dunmeshi. I mean, that it's subjective. It's not like just because I didn't like it doesn't mean it's bad. What has Studio Trigger been up to? What have they been doing? Have they done anything since Edge Runners? Studio Trigger kind of goated. What didn't you like about Dunmeshi? I just got kind of bored. I was kind of bored. Space Patrol Luluco Season 2 delusional? Yeah, I don't think that's happening. Studio Trigger my goat? I mean, I talked about it, I think at Debut 2.0. Gurren Lagann was the first anime I ever went to, like, watch myself. Like search it out specifically with the intent of watching it. And then I think after that, Kill la Kill was the first anime I watched week to week as it was airing. So Studio Trigger has a special place in my Shikigami heart. Said to go. You wanted to go watch the Reze movie? Are you gonna go watch it soon? I'm hoping to maybe watch it this weekend. My schedule's not out yet, but I'm kind of thinking I'm gonna take Sunday off, and I think I'm gonna try to watch it then. I'm gonna try, I think. Because I hear it. I hear it's goated. I hear it's goated. Chainsaw Man, pretty good. Maybe it'll be. Imagine this. Such a VTuber thing. The very first thing I put on my letterboxed, my Shikigami letterboxed, is Chainsaw Man the Reze arc. Imagine. Imagine. And it's that picture, that meme picture of the white guy in the kimono in front of that big, tall DVD tower. But it's me instead. Can we get some dulls? Sharp Hands, there's no way we can do dulls. There's no way. The dulls, half of that's owned by, like, the New York Times. Under a paywall. The art someone did of you like that? Yes, someone did draw me that way. I forgot about perms? Yeah. Don't worry, I never will. Surely you can get scrandled perms? No way. Well, honestly, if I have perms to do GeoGuessr, I guess maybe something like Scrandle isn't that far out. Just don't tell Mane-san. Guys, Mane-san is, like, contractually obligated to watch my bullshit. Isn't that right, Mane-san? And we are so thankful for that. See? I was just waiting for the delay to catch up. See? They're always here, even if you don't think so. Maybe Diamane's even here. Diamane, I summon you. I invoke you. Actually, Diamane's probably hella busy this week with all the important announcements and stuff. Diamane got better stuff to do. Well, anyone have anything to add about this? Would you guys... I mean, the problem is, I'm not against having this tag, but I know it's going to get flooded with enough media to last me another 6 centuries. Daimane just typed to me in our little management. I heard my name. See? See? I always picture Daimane with like a big, like, you know, like a guy in the chair set up with like 40 monitors, and all of our streams are all up on them at the same time, and they're being like plugged in like to synthesize that amount of information. I don't know how Daimane does it. Daimane is very... We are very thankful for Daimane's hard work. I don't know how they do it. Gendo Ikari? Yeah. Well, are you still nuts coated? I mean, I wouldn't say coated, but like... See? They're still here. Tasukaru. Yeah. Next question. Hello, beautiful piece of artwork. Hey. How well do you think the LAMENTUS boys will do in a zombie apocalypse? Like, who's the first to get bitten, the one who will feed someone else's zombies, etc.? That's a fun one. I think... is the question assuming that we're all, like, normal, like mortals? Because if we're not, like, if I'm still a Shikigami and Ash is still a fallen angel, like, he and I kind of no diff a zombie apocalypse. But if we're all, like, human, then it's different. If we're all human, then... First to get bitten is Liron. That's just an... That's a free one. That's a free one. I think... I kind of think... Nah, sorry, buddy. I kind of think Elias would be the one to feed someone to the zombies. He'd want to see what would happen. High key, I think I'd be the guy to get bitten and then hide it from the group and then have to get put down. Caelen's pretty handy. I think Caelen and Ash would probably make it the furthest, but I think it might be a tragic thing where like I think Caelen would sacrifice himself for Ash at some pivotal moment. Yeah. I think that's how it would go. The story writes itself. Yeah, and I did it in 20 seconds. Angst lover, he's just like me. Guys, nothing is complete without a little angst. It's the necessary tragedy. The plot is so dramatic. I think that's why zombie stuff really picked off. Like, picked up. Yeah, that's the word. Caelen got to put Shiki down. I know, it'd be so sad. What was the last zombie thing I watched? I don't know. Probably your senpai? That's true. What would be your last words? Oh. Probably something like ironic or like sarcastic. Oh, youch. That's a good one. Youch. Does Pet Cemetery count as zombie? I think so. Maybe. No, I didn't see the new 28. I didn't see 28 years later. What was the last zombie media I consumed? Go out like Milk Ape? I'm not sure I would have anything wise to say in my final moments. 28 years later, so good? I've not seen it, so I can't offer an opinion. Not even saying sorry for hiding the bite? Why would I say sorry? Telltale The Walking Dead stream when? I don't know. He have perms for that. Take a page from The Guy and say, oops. That's a pretty good one, actually. Train to Busan. Oh, maybe that was it. I rewatched Train to Busan in, I guess, the recent past, maybe? Semi-recent past? You're holding out for a cure? You too proud? Definitely the latter. Definitely the latter. Train to Busan. So sad. Really, really good, though. What was that other... I want to say it was another Korean zombie movie. The guy's trapped in his apartment. And he's, like, communicating to another girl who has a apartment on the other side. What was that? Now I need to find out. Yes, you guys had it. It was Alive. 2020's Alive. Yeah. That was pretty good. I thought that was good. Part of the kind of recent, like, Korean film renaissance in the West. Well, next question. Would you rather fight one horse-sized wiener dog or 50 duck-sized wiener dogs? Is this question assuming that it has hostile intent? Like we can't get along? Probably. Then probably the duck-sized wiener dog. Well, here's the thing, okay? A wiener dog really is already kind of the height of a duck already. So fighting 50 wiener dogs. They got a pretty good bite on them. Imagine the emotional toll. Yeah, God. I wouldn't want to fight any of them. Horse-sized, like a horse-sized dog is just going to kill you instantly, right? Like, it bites you once and you're like 80% in its mouth. Did you know dachshunds rank more aggressive than pit bulls and other scary dogs? Maybe miniature ones? They're kind of protective. Just don't get bit. It's the size of a horse. How big do you think horses are? A wiener dog is all snout, guys. Like, proportionally to its body, a wiener dog is far more snout than a horse does. Proportionally to its body. You understand? Like, it's not a wiener dog with the exact proportions of a horse. It's a wiener dog that's the size of one. So, it's a wiener dog that's like 6 feet or like 5.5 feet at the shoulder. It's huge. Does that make sense? A horse is gigantic, guys. Do you understand? A horse is so big. But one opponent is far more easily managed than 50. I think we're also underestimating just how many 50 is. $50 is so much. Like, I think I'd be afraid just fighting, like, one dog if it was really mad at me. Because you can get seriously injured. 50 is a lot. 50 is so many. The puntability index? No, but like I said, a wiener dog is already duck-sized. Like, they're similar in height. So it's kind of just a normal wiener dog. If maybe slightly taller, maybe by a couple inches. Which one's easier to run from? I mean, I don't think I could outrun either of them for sure. What if it was 10? That's not the question. I think maybe... I guess maybe the horse-sized one. Because at least I can, like, try to manage the one opponent. The 50 is just too much. That's just too much. That's impossible. Getting bit by a dog hurts, guys. So, like, you're not avoiding any bites with 50. Interesting question. I got bit by a dog once. He had a ball of aluminum foil in his mouth that he dug out of the trash, and he really liked it. And when I reached in to grab it out of his mouth, he gave me a big chomp. He felt really bad about it. I forgave him. He felt really bad about it. But, yeah. You can always tell. Like, you can tell when a dog feels bad. I'm sure a cat also has tells. But, like, a dog, you can tell. Dogs feel guilt, obvious, like it felt bad. He felt bad. I think, like, someone had made hamburgers or something, so it had, like, hamburger residue on the aluminum foil. He wanted that. And it was like maybe like a half the size of a tennis ball, like in diameter. It was a pretty good ball of foil. Yeah. I got chomped, but I forgave him. What breed was he? He was a wiener dog. He was a wiener dog. Big chomp. It's scarred for a little while. He bit me on my hand, but it's healed. It's healed since then. Oh, so this question is traumatic? Not really. I forgave him instantly. I didn't feel bad. I get it. He doesn't understand that he can't eat foil. All he knows is that I'm trying to steal something right out of his mouth. And many dogs, many animals, period, even people, get like defensive with food. So I get it, but I wasn't letting him swallow that foil. This is how you ended up liking wiener dogs? No, I liked them before that. Even people, you're telling me you've never met someone who gets defensive about their food? Next time you're out with friends or family, try to take some of their food and see what happens. Get back to me. Okay. Well, my cat listens to you with judging faces. Guys, don't get it twisted. I don't dislike cats. I just prefer dogs. Don't put words in my mouth. Disrespectful. So you hate waffles? Yeah. God, that was on Twitter, right? Like people just be saying stuff like so definitively. Like, I think it depends. Like, pancakes or waffles? Oh, I like pancakes. So you hate waffles? No, man. That's not what I said. That's a totally new sentence. Yeah. So yes, one horse-sized wiener dog. When painting minis, do you tend to make them look like the box art, or do you prefer to be more creative or loose with the colors you choose? It depends. I tend to paint within like lore accurate, if not box accurate. So like, especially with something like Space Marines, the box will have ultramarines on that, right? They'll be blue. But like, I don't paint mine ultramarines. But that doesn't mean I paint them whatever I want. I picked a different chapter, the Imperial Fists, and painted them that way instead. But like my Tyranid army, I have them as Hive Fleet Leviathan, which has a specific color scheme that just so happens to be the scheme that's on the Tyranid boxes. So it just depends on the army. Every faction has many, I guess, canon color schemes, or if not necessarily canon, lore accurate, like referenceable, like sample color schemes that you can choose from. Every single faction, they do it on purpose. You know, why do the Tyranids have Hive Fleets? Well, because they have different colors. So if someone looks at the Tyranids and they want inspiration, but they're not very good at like coming up with color schemes themselves, they have places to find other ones. They look at other Hive Fleets. So if they don't like the kind of poster boy Tyranids Leviathan, maybe they like Behemoth better, or Kraken, or Tiamat. All the Tyranid Hive Fleets are named after like mythical monsters. Which is fun. But yes, my Tyranids are Leviathan. My Space Marines are Imperial Fists. My Necrons are the Zarakan Dynasty. My Chaos Space Marines are World Eaters. My Imperial Guard are Cadians. What other? Oh, my Tau are Farsight Enclave. I think that's all I can think of off the top of my head. So they're all, if not the box art, from the the codexes, as it were. It's very good info, Mama. Thank you. You are welcome. You paint Tau? Don't give me that face. Anyone who makes that face at Tau isn't a true Warhammer gamer, a true Warhammer hobbyist. A true hobbyist doesn't allow gatekeeping within the hobby. I'll smite you. Guards, the Osmanthus suit, please. Yes, this one right here. Tau are the only mono-eyed ones? No, Tau have 2 eyes. Tau have 2 eyes. They don't have a nose, though. They have no nose. And they have hooves and digitigrade legs. And maybe stumpy tails? Like a really stumpy... What's Osmanthus soup? Oh, it's poison. It's poison. Oh, and the Tau are blue for an amazing reason. Blue? Yeah, they're blue. What's the reason? Because John Warhammer said, let them be blue. I like the Tau. Oh! I'm gonna start raging. Guys, remember that Warhammer World Championship preview that I was talking about earlier in the week that was coming up? It happened. And the models they showed off were so sick. And I can't show them to you. There were 2 Tau models that they showed that are so cool. Oh my god, they're so cool. And seeing those models, I was like, that's it. I'm collecting a battlesuits army. I'm collecting battlesuits. I'm sorry. I'm collecting battlesuits. And the new Maggotkin of Nurgle for Age of Sigmar. Oh, some of the best models I think they have ever put out. They're insane. They look so good. You guys have no idea. Can you not tweet about it? I mean, maybe. There's some really insane models. There was a new Tyranid Prime, a non-winged Tyranid Prime with a whip that looked really cool, like a new elite choice or HQ choice for Tyranids. Their new Captain Titus, which looks sick. Oh, there's a new Necron, like, monster. Oh, there's a Necron monster. So, okay, we talked about the Necrons before. They're the people that got tricked into selling their souls to cure their super cancer, alright? So, having robot bodies, right? It's not so good for the psyche. Not everybody adjusted. And some of them ended up with something called the Destroyer Curse. And it's kind of like going insane. They all go nutso and they like turn into like killing machines. Because they can't cope with being basically like a living weapon. And there was this new model they showed that was supposed to be like the first ever destroyer, and he's like this monstrosity. He has like 6 arms and like a really long like serpentine tail and like giant claws and like this. Oh, he's huge. Oh, he was so cool. God, he was cool. If you go to the Warhammer community website, you should be able to find all the reveals. If you are curious. Maggotkin of Nurgle were winning though. For the fantasy range, Age of Sigmar, they got a lot. They got a lot. They got tons of new units. They got tons of new characters. They got a lot. They got a lot. Like a lot. Very good reveals. Oh, there was this cool Necromunda like emperor guy. Like he's like, I won't go into Necromunda too much, but he's like a kind of like a king of a backwater planet, and he looked crazy. He looked so cool. Oh, there were really good models. Some new Skitari for AdMech, very cool. Big ol' stilts. Get into it another time. Necromunda for another time. Titus new model, and I think Gadriel got a model. I think they made him an ancient with a banner. And I think the sergeant from Secret Level, if anybody watched the Space Marine Secret Level episode, I think that guy got a model. Good stuff. Good stuff. Metarius. Yes, Metarius. Very good stuff. Really awesome reveals. And there was so little Space Marine stuff. Like 4 Space Marine, well, there was some Horus Heresy stuff. But for 40k, there was very little Space Marine stuff. Surely people won't complain. Surely everyone who says that it's the Space Marine show won't complain that there wasn't enough stuff that wasn't Space Marines. Surely. Yeah. Good stuff, though. Good stuff. Next question. What's the most fun task you've been summoned to help someone accomplish? I was... I was once summoned to assist during a state legislature's legislative session. One of the offices of the representatives for a state had me assisting them during this legislative session. It was mostly administrative and clerical work. As, you know, you would summon someone to do the work that no one wants to do. So it was, you know, a lot of emails, a lot of running bills, a lot of facilitating meetings. Yeah. It was fun, though. I had a lot of fun. It was a lot of, kind of like rubbing elbows with a lot of important people. Made some good connections there. It was really cool. But it was kind of a very temporary thing where they kind of like they hire on more help to help with the session. Okay, so just brief explanation. You know, there's a federal government, at least in the United States. There's a federal government that has its own branches, and then there's a state government, which is kind of like the federal one, but like shrunk down, and it has the same branches too. So like there's a state house and a state legislature as well, and they also have their own representatives and congressmen in them, right? The representatives and senators. So they don't work all year, as I'm sure many of us are aware. Elected officials don't go into their job every day. Especially at the state level, there just isn't that much to do for them. So like 3-ish, it depends on where you live, but usually 3-ish months out of the year, they come in and they vote and discuss all of the bills and all of the budgets for the upcoming year, and then they leave until next time. And the rest of that time is spent basically lobbying and like getting stuff to bring to the table next year. So it's a lot of work. but it was fun. I really like doing it. I like dressing up. You have to dress up real nice. At the last day of session, people tended, well, I guess this is kind of locationally dependent, so maybe I can't say that. But it was really fun. You got to dress up real nice. I got to meet a lot of important people. It was fun. It was fun. I kind of felt important. Like a small piece of a very large machine. But like I know government gets a bad rap. And I'm not here to like tell you whether or not it's deserved or whether, you know, like any kind of political stance. But like there are public services that do good. And it felt nice to be contribute to those areas. Because it was very forward facing. There were lots of constituents that would email or call or come into the office, you know? So it kind of felt nice to be part of something that I felt like I was doing, like making a difference. It was really cool. Yeah. And of course, everybody loved me. Of course. Yeah. So I think that would be how I'd answer this question. I have friends who still work back there, and they say that the representatives I worked with still ask about me. No lie. No cap, even. Yeah. I have that effect on people. Your influence? Yeah. Yeah. So that's that. Anyone have anything to add on that? Any questions before we move on? They go, whatever happened to that purple dumbass? Okay. Alright. Alright. You are literally Barbie? Yeah, I've done a lot in my time, guys. I've done a lot. I've worn many hats, such as the nature of being a summoned servant. Now you're a VTuber? Yeah. Does this mean you can pull strings for your friends? Maybe in a very specific area where I have those connections. It's not like if you got in trouble anywhere in America, I'd be able to help you. But in the state in which I worked, perhaps. Maybe. I probably know someone who knows someone who is buddies with, like, you know, the lobbyist for the police force, who then could talk to, you know, the county in which you got arrested, you know? So you can bail Liron from jail. I don't think he needs my help. What made you leave? It was temporary. They hire on a bunch of extra help. They hire on a bunch of extra help for the legislative session, because like a year's worth of work, it gets condensed to 3 months. And then after those 3 months are over, everybody that got hired on is let go until next time. And obviously I can't not work. Probably could help Ellie help hide the lab? Perhaps. Perhaps. Do you think you'd go back if they sought you out? It depends. Depends. Maybe if there was a more permanent place for me there, perhaps. Did you have to have a specific skill set in education? Communication skills are definitely good. Reading, writing, speaking. Because you have to answer a lot of phones. You gotta write a lot of emails. You gotta go shake hands with a lot of people. Education, it definitely doesn't hurt. Did it pay well? Not as much as it should have, but does anything? Questions, comments, concerns? Not for me? Well, you're speaking for everybody. We're moving on. Any advice for somebody who's about to start work in food service and then crying? I would say, to start, I understand the crying. However, Mama Shiki always told me that there is honor in all work. So, like, don't let the public sentiment that, like, food service is a low skill, low worth job get you down, because there's no such thing. Like, what is a low worth job? And, like, put someone who says that food service is for unskilled laborers in a food service job for a day, and they won't say that anymore. Because, like, you go back to, like, you know, like, when the world was shut down a few years ago, like, guess who didn't get to not go to work? Like, all the food service people. I was still summoned to work. So, to start, definitely that. Don't let that get you down. And then as far as, like, more specific advice, I would say, put your best foot forward. I would say treat it like it's the most excited you've ever been for an opportunity before. It will get you far. People will like you better, your coworkers and the guests. If you want to go into leadership, that will do much for you. Like, try to be a sponge. Be open to anything and willing to do anything. Because, like it or not, like, that's your circumstances right now. So it behooves you to make the most of it. You know? You're doing yourself a disservice, not doing your best. Hospitality industry is not for the weak. Yeah, Moonry, it's not. It's hard. But, you know, if you're gonna be there, then do your best. Yeah. Because, like, I mean, you guys have heard how I've talked about it. As many awful moments there were in food service, I said the other day, of all the things I've ever been summoned for, I think I got the most out of my time in food service. So, yeah. I've been summoned for a lot. Yeah. It's not easy, though. It's not. And it's so much fun sometimes. It is. It is. It is fun sometimes, unironically. Unironically. So, try not to cry about going into food service. There is honor in all work. The important part is that you are working, not where you are working. You know how like some countries have, like, mandatory military service? I kind of feel like we need to start doing, like, mandatory food service or hospitality service. Like, 6 months doing that kind of stuff would, like, I feel like we'd fix society. But that's just what I think. People would develop empathy? I'd hope so. I hope so. 6 months isn't even that long. I mean, I guess that's easy for me to say. I'm 600. But, yeah. Six months is a lot for a hard job. That's true. Unk? Alright. Alright. Any other questions here? Questions, comments, concerns? Maybe a year? That's a long time. You start to get draft dodgers if you make it a year. Roscoe Graves? It's Roscoe. And the Roscals. Rat Raid? Oh my god. Oh my god, they're everywhere. It's like my time in food service. There are rats everywhere. Oh, Addie, I worked in food service for years and was once asked to vacuum the ceiling during a rush. We were short-staffed. Yeah, that's the kind of bullshit they got you on sometimes. I've heard from colleagues that food service is more physical labor, but by being customer-facing, you're experiencing more emotional labor. Yeah, it's heavy on both ends. That's why it's so hard. That's why it's so hard. Speaking of food service, we just did a food stream. Oh, dang. How was that? Was that fun? It was infuriating? Roscoe was angry we can cook. I would say skill issue, but I'm in the same boat. We have gumbo downstairs. Ow. Ice soup. Ow. Was it like was he like reviewing food that you guys submitted? Was that the kind of deal? Yeah, that's kind of epic. That's fun. That's fun. I should have submitted something. Damn. Hey Roscoe, these are my Nestle Toll House cookies. Took me 12 minutes to make, 350 degrees. My break and bake cookies. Hope you like them. Toll House? Toll House. 1 out of 5 stars. I'll rip your head off. And it'll be easy, because your head's barely attached. Literally baking some right now. Yummy. I love cookies, guys. I love cookies. Eating the best dish you can make? Oh, Lord in heaven. The thing is, like, the stuff that I think is the best stuff I can make is like, oh, well, this uses like a pressure cooker. Or this is like, you know, like some kind of pasta adjacent dish. 600 years and bro can't cook. You know, well, we're ripping heads off. Anyone else want to volunteer? Roscoe doesn't need to know how easy it was to make? Why not? Too many of y'all stepped up. Being desperate is unbecoming. If a girl can see that you're desperate, she gets the ick. Remember that. Alrighty. Next question. What makes wiener dogs so elite in your eyes? I get it. I just want to know your opinion. Well, I'm glad you get it, for one. I'm glad you get it. So, the proud wiener dog, or the dachshund, or the Dackel, were bred to be a hunting dog, to go into like badger burrows. That's why they are short and long. They're supposed to go into tunnels. And they got loose skin, kind of like a basset hound, so that when they get in the tunnel, they don't get stuck. And they got a nice sturdy tail, so that you can grab their tail when they're headfirst in the den and pull them back out. And they got big front paws for digging. So that's the lore on the wiener dog. Unlike, I would say, more cosmetic based, I guess, forced evolution, the wiener dog was practical. It being short and long wasn't just because it looks fun. They did it on purpose because it was for hunting badgers. Yeah. So they're a hunted dog. They're a hound. Their tails are sturdy. It's nice and long. And it's kind of thick for a dog of their size. Yeah, they have 3 different kinds of coats, which not everyone knows. They have long-haired, short-haired, and then the rare one that you don't see very often, wire-haired. They all have kind of different temperaments because to get the different coat kinds, they have to mix different things into them. Like wired hairs have more like kind of the you know, like the Jack Russell like terrier kind of a coarse coat. It's kind of curly and coarse and it's not as soft. Do you know P? Of course I know P. From Poop and Pee here on youtube.com. Wire hairs also, they're kind of like a schnauzer. Anyone know the breed, the German breed, the schnauzer? They have kind of a beard. Wired hairs are like that too. They have a beard. Yeah. They're a lot rarer. You don't see them nearly as often, at least in the States. Very noble dogs. So they have a very noble lineage. You know, from the historic, you know, dog breeders in Europe. You know, a lot of the dog breeds come from Europe. I like their personalities. They're very they're very stubborn, but then they're also like loyal and like affectionate, and they're real smart. They're real smart. I don't know. They're just really like good dogs. They have really good personalities. Especially well, here's the other thing. They come in 2 sizes, which not a lot of people know. There are minis, which is what you see especially in like Asia because they don't have the room to keep a larger dog, and then standards. A standard wiener dog is something that not many people even know exists because minis are so much more prolific. There's minis everywhere. I'm partial to standards because they're a bit less yappy. Like minis, to make them small, whatever they put in them to make them small, it like makes them more aggressive. Like, you know how like the most aggressive mean dog you know is like a Chihuahua? Whatever energy that is given to the mini dachshund. Whereas a standard dachshund is a lot more chill. They're a lot more relaxed. They still bark a lot because they're a hound, right? Hounds bark. And they run, but they're really good dogs. How much you need to buy one? I mean, that entirely depends on where you're getting them. My family's always gotten our dogs from licensed breeders who have, like, show lines. What's the size difference? A mini dachshund probably weighs, like, maybe 10 pounds, maybe. And, like, my family's current... Like, I don't have a dog. My family owns one. My family's current standard dachshund weighs between 30 and 35. 35 is on the slightly overweight side. 30 is probably a healthy weight for him. He's a big beast. It's a sturdy dog. Yeah, he's real short, but he's real sturdy. Standards you just never see. You'll always see you know, when you're out in public with one. I'll go, what kind of dog is that? Oh, it's a wiener dog. And it's go, I didn't know they came in that size. Yeah, they do. It's not a mutt. He's a purebred. So, like, literally 1/3. Yeah, that's probably pretty accurate in size, too. Minis are really small. Like, you can fit a mini in a purse. But a standard ain't fitting in a purse. A standard ain't even easily fitting in a backpack. But yeah, I'm quite partial to the breed. Quite partial. Any questions about wiener dogs? What are your thoughts on Rotties? I think Rotties are cute. I think they get a bad rap, but every Rottweiler I've ever met's been a sweetie pie. I like their eyebrows. I like their big blockheads. I think they're a fun size, a nice, like, medium height. Any other favorite breeds? I like Borzois. I like Golden Retrievers. I like Labradors. Favorite wiener dog coat type? I'm partial to long hair. I think it makes them look very nice. Long hairs also, in my experience, have the best temperaments out of all of them. But that's just me. I'm definitely scared of dogs, and I keep seeing cute ones. I always feel bad for people who've had bad experiences with dogs and have had understandable fears and traumas tied to them. Because I love dogs. And I always feel sad that other people can't have those feelings. Favorite color of wiener dog? Wiener dogs come in a lot of colors. They come in red, which is kind of like a... like, if anyone knows the breed, an Irish setter, it's kind of that really rich orangey brown. They call that red. They come in black and tan, so it's kind of a Pinscher or Rottweiler coat where it's all black and they have eyebrows. They're brown eyebrows and snout and, like, feet. They have cream, which is like a very, very light tan. They have dapple, which is like a speckly, like, kind of blue tick hound almost, where it's kind of like a smorgasbord of colors. What's the other one? I think there's one more distinct one that I'm not placing. Can't place it. I think there's one more, like, AKC recognized coat. Like tan? That would be like cream. Cream is like a very, very light tan. Like a very pale golden retriever color. I would say I like dogs, but the problem is that I always get attacked by them. That's just poor owners. Just bad ownership. It's never the dog's fault. Chocolate. That's the one, Wolfram. There are chocolate wiener dogs, which is like black and tan, but instead of the dark black, it's kind of a deep brown and tan instead. So they still have the eyebrows, but they're like brown on brown. Very cute. Yeah. I'm partial to reds and black and tans, because for a while the AKC didn't recognize the other colors as breed standard. So for a while at shows you would only see those colors. How do you feel about dog breeds like Frenchies? I think they're cute, but I'd be like remiss as a dog lover if I said that I fully approve of dogs that have the kind of facial structure that like Frenchies and like bulldogs and like pugs have. It's kind of it's kind of hard, you know. Like they're cute, but I'm not sure how ethical it is to keep the breed as it is. Like there's that kind of movement to return pugs to how they were like 100 years ago or whatever. Yeah. The health issues are kind of too big for me to ignore as like a true dog, like a real dog enthusiast. They are cute though. They are cute though. So yes, that is what I think can make wiener dogs elite. Any questions about wiener dogs? All right, next question. Why are you so pretty? What's your secret? Please tell us crying. What's all the crying? Well, I am pretty. I mean, you know, this hair doesn't do itself. My secret is, of course, magic. Not all of us can be theoretically immortal spirits conjured from the spiritual plane to serve esoteric and semi-benevolent masters. And I use 30-in-1 peanut butter, toothpaste, grout, dishwasher detergent, hair, shampoo, conditioner, body wash, exfoliator, moisturizer, face mask. Yeah. Oh, and hand soap. And barbecue sauce. Yeah. Oh, and dry rub. There you go. I think that about covers it. What's dry rub? Dry rub is a kind of mixture of dry herbs and spices that you rub on the outside of meat before you smoke it in traditional, like, American barbecue. It's... How can it be dry rub and barbecue sauce? It's also grout and peanut butter. I mean, guys, we don't ask questions about the chemical. He bathes in the blood of the innocent? No, that's gotta be someone else. Bet your hair smells real nice. It does. It does. Definitely makes you edible. No eating, sorry. So yes, that's my secret. I'm an a theoretically immortal summoned spirit that uses 30 in one substance. So, yeah. Okay, next question. What was your first impression of all of us FSP EN? Do you have a favorite senpai? I guess we'll do literally everyone like the question asks. Guess we'll start with Avalum, huh? So, Gale, I mean, everyone who knows Gale knows that he's kind of a goofball, right? And he's literally just like that, even upon, like, first meeting him. He's very, like, unabashedly himself, I think. He's really, like, nice and warm, but he's definitely goofy. He's definitely goofy. I like Gale a lot, though. He and I, he messaged me earlier. We want to try to get a collab for next week, but I haven't thought of anything to collab with, but we'll see. Cass? Cass was, like, funnier than I thought he would be. Because he seems very, like, kind of chill and, like, very, like, pretty and, like, very demure. But he was, like, actually really fun. He was actually really fun. Yeah, Cass was really funny, actually. I liked hanging out with him in Japan. It was fun. Cass demure? We're talking about first impressions, guys. Keep in mind, I've been here 2 weeks. We LAMENTUS guys aren't even from here. Girl, I don't even go here. Lucy, I feel like everyone always says that they're like scared of Lucian. I wasn't like intimidated or anything, but he's like, he's like really talented. Like he's a really good singer and like he's very involved. He was like chill. He was really chill when we met. He was easy to talk to and spend time with. He was very chill. Real chill. Did you get to hear his billionaire laugh? Yeah. Soft boy? I mean, if that's the term you would use. I would say just a chill guy, but yeah. Xander, if any Netherlings are here, I'm sure they would agree with me. Xander is a lot. Not in like a bad way, but like he's so Xander, you know? Like he's like upon first meeting everybody, like you know exactly which one is Xander. He's very like similar in the way to like Gale is exactly how you would expect him to be. Xander, it was exactly how you think he would be. He was like really confident and like funny. He's very sure of himself. Yeah. I didn't spend too much time with Xander. There was a few people that we didn't have too much time to spend with LAMENTUS because like the schedules of all of us being in Japan, there was a lot of like moving parts. But no, Xander, you know who Xander is when you meet him. Roscoe, he was very dependable. I think in a way that maybe you wouldn't expect immediately. But, like, he's, you know, he's part of Avalon. That's Dai Senpai. Roscoe was really helpful, especially before a debut. He helped a lot of us a lot. He's very... I mean, all of Avalon and Ravenous for that matter did. But Roscoe, like the lore stuff, like he's like really smart and he's like a good writer and things. Like there's, I don't know, he's not how I expected him to be. But no, he was very chill, but like very dependable. Did you mix any of the members up IRL? No. And the key to doing that is to never try to guess who somebody is. Didn't he come up with Shiki? No, for some reason I want to say that was Lucy and Lunaris. If that was Roscoe, then my bad, brother. Roscoe did Shiki? Well, you guys know better than me, apparently. Roscoe said he came up with it. I don't know, guys. There were a lot of people who probably want to take credit for that. I'm sure Nix Voltaire would probably want to take credit for it. There was a lot of discussion and hype around Shiki when all of us got introduced in the Discord for the first time, and the boys had made us Discords before meeting us based on our character designs. So there was some discussion of us before we even met. So there was some speculation on what we wanted to call ourselves and like what our fan names and stuff would be. They were trying to like guess. Yeah. So that's Avalon. Ravenous, I guess we'll start with Nyx since we were talking about him. Nyx is real, like Nyx is busy, guys. I don't know, that guy's always doing something. I don't know how he does it. He always has something happening to him, or he's happening to the world. He's always got something going on. I don't know how he does it. I don't know how he does it. The Nix Voltaire subplot, like literally, there's always something happening. I don't know how he does it. He's always appearing somewhere or doing something, or having his entire setup blow up on him. I don't know, man. God bless him. God bless him. Again, really helpful though. He was one of the people I talked to, I would say the most pre-debut with like questions and things. Yeah. Nayu was someone right on the tail end of our trip. I got to spend a good bit of time with Nayu. Nayu was so like nice and like very welcoming. He and I talked a pretty good amount during the time that we were in the same area together. It was really fun to like, we had like, he was the guy we had a dinner with everybody where all of us and some of the staff all went to dinner at the same time, and he sat across from me, so it was like our first time meeting everybody, but like it wasn't awkward to have him be like the guy that I interacted the most with at a dinner. He was very like warm and welcoming. A very disarming person. Nayu. I like him a lot. Who do you feel like you got the closest out of your senpai so far? Definitely Altis or Rizar, but some of that is just because the way things worked out, I was just able to spend the most time with them. Like, they were like in Japan like before the others when we were, so like we got to see them like first. So I guess I'll do Rizar and Altis together, because I kind of like, in my mind they're very similar. Like they're Unk, you know, that's Unk. They're like the you know, the very dependable, you know, they were being tour guides for all of Lamentus. They were showing us around and making sure we were all settled in. very accommodating, very, I guess, conscientious of us kind of being there for the first time and doing all this for the first time. Was really good to... They were really good to us, Altus and Rysar. Of course, everybody did some of that, but for me personally, Altus and Rysar did that the most for me. Hope you get to hang out with everyone when you go back. Of course. It'll be really fun to see everybody again. And then Malum. Little baby Malum. I don't know why everyone's like, that's baby. Isn't he like... How old is Malum? Because like genies are like... Or Jin, they're kind of old. He's forever 21. Okay, but like I'm forever, you know, whatever. Baby is a state of mind. Oh. But yes, little baby Malum. He was so funny. Malum, as much as you would think that because he's forever 21, he'd be like a lot and like cuckoo crazy, he was like, I would say, really like reasonable and like chill, but he was funny though. Yeah, like he's pretty wise, not gonna lie. Yeah, like I mean, I guess that's what the forever part is for. He's like wiser than I think people give him credit for sure. Yeah. And also, of everybody, he was liking Pokemon. That guy, I swear there wasn't 1 second where he wasn't looking for Pokemon. He was loving it. He wasn't the only one. There were definitely a few people that were very Pokemon pilled, but he comes to my mind when I think of like the Pokemon arc. Malum, he's about it. But a lot of the guys are about it. You didn't join in on the Pokemon arc? Oh, I went with them to the card shops. But like I didn't buy anything. I don't really collect. There's a bunch of them. Yeah, like Lucy and Cass and Altus and Rysar. There were like a million people that were all like, oh man, we're going to the card shop. Whoa. You know? Like, hey, Shiki, you gonna come with? It's like, okay. But like, I didn't truly realize what I was signing up for. It was like a thing. It was like a thing. But yeah, it was fun. But yeah, that's all of FSP. Oh, I forgot. Lamentus. Wait, I've been over them before. I don't need to talk about them again. I've answered that question before. Caelen Shy. Shy Sweet Boy. Liron, the sweetest boy. Ash, Goofball. Elias, Out of Pocket. There you go. Shiki, the best one. There you go. Okay. Hi, Shiki bro. What's up? I've been watching your streams so much recently, I've been replaying your collabs with LAMENTUS Bros. Your streams are really good for BRCA noise while I break down over uni. Well, don't break down too much, but I appreciate being second monitor content. I aspire to that. For my question, how would you rank LAMENTUS Boys from easiest and hardest to rage bait? Bonus, why you like 2 sauces tall with intentions to rage bait? Alright. So... 2 sauces tall, huh? You want me to answer a question, but you call me 2 sauces tall? That's like, gotta be like 4 inches tops. Disrespectful. Remember we were talking about worthy master? Don't do this, guys. You're gonna give me the ick. How would you rate LAMENTUS Boys from easiest to hardest to rage bait? Caelen's gotta be easiest. Caelen has gotta be easiest. And then, this might be unexpected. I think I would say Ash after that, because you just have to attack his special interest. So, like, if you want to rage bait Ash, just, like, start bad-mouthing Tron, and then he'll start zooming. Like, an angel is approaching your location. Zooming. Then probably Elias, and then maybe unexpectedly hardest would probably be Liron, because he's like, he doesn't take things seriously enough to like get rage baited. Like he's like the type of guy where like if you start like trying to rage bait him, like he'll laugh with you, you know? Yeah, he doesn't care enough. He doesn't care enough. And that's not a bad thing. Not a bad thing. Unless you, like, attacked Princess or something. But I'm not so evil as to, like, rage bait a guy using his cat. Even if there are, like, a million of them. Yeah. So that's that. But I'm not 2 saucers tall. I'm not. Next question. Hi, Shiki. Hi. If you had to be handcuffed to one of your gen mates for 12 hours at an op collab, who would you pick and why? I think this is kind of similar to when someone asked the other day, who would I want to be on a deserted island with? And I answered Caelen. I think my answer here is the same. I think I would pick Caelen because he would let me be the lead the whole time. Like I said then, being a follower is a skill, and Caelen's good at it. He knows that sometimes you have to let somebody else take the lead so as not to have too many people pulling in different directions. You're so Caelen-pilled? What can I say? He's goated. That's my dog. Walking your dog for real? For real. That's Caelen. That's my goat. Guys, he has main character syndrome. I have done a lot in my time, which I think makes me qualified to be the guy who chooses what happens during the handcuff 12 hours. Like, did anyone see Caelen's karaoke this morning? Anyone? Anyone catch his karaoke? I was there, even though it was like 8:30 a.m. or whatever for me. I'm telling you, he's goated. He's goated. But yes, I think I would pick Caelen. Did he mod you? I literally don't know. Yeah. It's like, you know that image? You know, like, it'll say something like, it'll say something like, what do they call themselves? Like the world tournament fighters at like 100% strength, and then it'll say the world tournament fighters at 99% strength, and everybody's gone but Goku. Sorry, TN. It's like LAMENTUS at like 100% vocal strength, and it's everybody, and then at 99%, and it's just Caelen. The rest of us, we're doing our best, and we've all improved a lot, even in a short time. But, like, Caelen's the GOAT. He's the GOAT. We're all doing our best, for sure, all of us. But, like, Caelen's crazy. He's so talented. Every gen has a singer, and he's ours. He's really good. Yeah. So that's my 12-hour handcuff collab question. Next. What are your 3 favorite tropes to consume in media? Example, found family, mysterious rogue, only one bed. Only one bed? Wow, you are freaky, whoever submitted this, huh? Wow. It's maybe cliche, but I think enemies to lovers peak. I think that's peak. It's popular because it's peak, unfortunately. This is a hard question. Because I'm not like a big like AO3 peruser, so like I'm not used to talking about things in tropes and tags. You understand? TV tropes also does this, but yeah, not everyone thinks in tropes. Yeah, TV tropes. That's a good source. TV tropes. God, see, the thing is, some of these are so specific. Meteor summoning attack is today's featured trope. Brother, that's not a trope. Name 3 things in which that happens. A meteor summoning attack? Today's featured trope. Yeah, okay. Okay, yeah. Yeah, okay. God. Enemies to lovers. Maybe like... maybe like... I like childhood friends stuff, like if they have a long history. Is that an accurate assessment there? I like that kind of stuff. I like underdog stuff too. I like underdog stuff. Yeah. Forced proximity? Guys, you're talking to the man standing emoji. You're gonna have to help me. Like, I can kind of infer what that means, but I'm not sure if I can think of anything in which that was the case. Anti-heroes? I think that can be good. Found family? Found family... Like, on paper, I'd say I like it, but like, it almost seems like too broad. Like, what counts as them... I don't know. It seems a bit, like, too big of an umbrella. Like, when you, like, a million things are found family. Like, more things are probably found family than not found family. You said you like angst earlier? Angst is good. Angst is good. Do you like hurt comfort or hurt no comfort? I don't know what that means. What does that mean? Yeah, that's what makes it a trope. Fair. What? I don't know what that means. Bittersweet endings? Yeah, but I cry though. Fujimoto, when I get you. When I get you, Fujimoto. I caught up on Chainsaw Man Part 2. When I get you, Fujimoto, I will get you. Watch your back. Watch your back. So yeah. I think that's how I would answer that. Sorry if it's not the best answer. I'm not well versed in this sphere. Okay. Next question. Hi, Shiki. Hi. I've been wondering how much the stay on topic rule applies to pre-chat, since we don't have much of a topic yet. I'm not too familiar with how this works with other streamers. Does it bother you when we venture off topic a bit before stream starts? Following basic etiquette, of course. I want to make sure we aren't accidentally doing anything out of line. Thanks. So, pre-chat, I would say pretty loose as far as stay on topic go. I would say the only thing was be like, don't talk about like other like talents or livers or whatever parlance you want to use there still, because like it's a space for like me and my fans, but like I don't think you have to be so rigid as be like, if you aren't discussing something I talked about on stream or discussing today's stream, then you shouldn't be saying it, you know? Like, you guys can like talk about me and maybe like, and you could talk about like LAMENTUS as long as they're chill with that kind of thing, but like we don't want to broaden the umbrella like too much. Like, there are other spaces for that kind of stuff. But you're not, I haven't seen anyone do anything out of line. And also, don't misunderstand, me and Mane-san check pre-chat intermittently, but it's not like we're, you know, you guys don't have to stress that we're always like looking at it. That doesn't mean misbehave, but also it's like, you don't stress too much about what goes on in there. It's pre-chat. It's pre-chat. Just follow the normal, like the question says, the basic rules of etiquette, and you'll be fine. It's not that big a deal. I'm not like one of those sticklers about pre-chat. Just don't, you know, the stay on topic is mostly like stay within, I guess, current events within FSP, I guess. You know, stuff like that. Are you cool with people saying hi, bye, goodnight to each other during stream? Meaning to ask that for a while? That's a hard question. Because, like, I get the desire to do that, but also we're not like a... It's hard. Because, like, as a streamer, I want to say, go for it. I want my community to, like, interface like with itself. But then, like, as a viewer, that stuff tends to, like, annoy me. So, like, I'm split. It's hard. I would say it's fine. As long as it's not like, you know, we got one guy in the chat who wants to say hi to every single person who says they're popping in. Like, use your best judgment. I'm not so cold to say, you guys can't say hi to each other. Just, you know, remember that there are many people that are watching the stream and reading the chat who aren't necessarily chatting. And maybe they want things to be on topic. You know? Just use your best judgment. Best judgment. Yeah. That's a good question, though. It's a pretty simple question as far as, like, the answer. Like, there's not too much to discuss. But that's a good question. Good question. Any other any questions about this question? Anyone have any, like, a tangentially related question? What does 07 mean, guys? I'm confused. That's a salute. That's a salute. They're saluting, as in, like, roger that, yokai. You know? Okay. Well. Roger, roger. Yeah. Heard? Yep. Okay, next question. Oh. If you could go back in time and experience playing one game for the very first time again, what would it be? There's an obvious answer and then less obvious ones. The answer that immediately came to my mind was World of Warcraft. Because that was like, you know, like, especially back in like 2005, like most people, unless you were like some kind of EverQuest nerd, hadn't ever played anything like that ever. Like even close. Like imagine being someone who had only ever played a video game that was like single player, or at most like a couple like between 2 and 4 player like couch co-op, and then suddenly you're playing a game that literally has millions of people playing it at the same time, and the world is at the time like you think it's as big as the earth. Like you could walk, it would take you days to walk end to end, even though that's categorically untrue. It was like, it was insane. It was insane. It was so good. So I think that's an obvious answer, but I'll give some more because I think this is a really good question. I kind of like thinking about it. I think another game that I would say this about for completely different reasons, I think would be Cyberpunk 2077, because the story and like characters and like world are so, they resonated with me so much, and I loved the story and everything so much that I wish I could play it blind again, because it was just that good. It was just that good. I think, especially in the year of our Lord 2025, Cyberpunk 2077, if you love storytelling and writing and you haven't played it, you're doing yourself a disservice. It's really good. I know when it came out, it was really janky and unoptimized and hard to play, but like almost every issue has been ironed out. Yeah, it's really good. Like not just as a video game, like as a story with like characters and like a message. Really, really good. The DLC too. I include the DLC in that. Phantom Liberty, insane. It's so good. For anyone who goes to play this game off of my recommendation, the DLC Phantom Liberty is just as good, if not better, than the base game, and it takes place chronologically in the middle of the story. So if you are playing the game for the first time, play it for a while and then start the DLC, because it spits you out of the DLC back on the main track. Don't do it after. Don't do it after the main story concludes, because that's out of order and it'll be worse for it. There's like a point of no return near the ending of the game where it says, if you go through this door, you will be forced onto events that will be like to the end of the story and you won't be able to stop. Do it no later than that door. The DLC. But there is a door at towards the end of the game where it's like, if you go through this, you will be starting a mission and you will lose access to all side content and everything else until you complete the game. Don't go through that door unless you've completed the DLC first. Another answer. Experience playing one game for the very first time again. This is difficult. If I'm trying to think of another good answer. How often do you replay games? Not often. Unless it's like a multiplayer game with some amount of like, you know, baked in replayability. But like story games, I don't replay too often. Hell with it. You guys said Blueprints, and I think that's a good answer. I think Blueprints would probably be on there, because like discovering all of the mysteries of that game for the first time and like my insane ramblings and like notepad that I kept was like so fun. And don't worry, we're gonna get back to that game. Don't worry. It was so fun. It rocked. That game, definitely like top 5 game of all time for me. It's insane. I don't even know how they made that. Because like when you're making a puzzle like that, I would think you work backwards, right? Ugh. Like you think of like what you lock behind the puzzle, and you're like, okay, what kind of puzzle do we lock it behind? And then because it's so intricate, you have to like build it backwards. I don't know. I don't know how they made it, but that game is crazy. That game is crazy. So yes, that is how I would answer that question. Next. Do you miss Caelen right now? Yup. Yup. Haven't talked to him in days. We're like ships passing in the night. I was happy to catch someone's karaoke this morning. You talked to him this morning? Yeah, but then he ended stream and went to bed. And I was just starting my day. Doomed by the narrative, like for real. That's okay. I'll see him in Japan. I think this might be the last question, which means I have to grab a couple backup ones, but that's okay. On Minecraft stream, you can talk a lot. That's true. I'll see him tomorrow. That's true. But he's going to be like overwhelmed because I'm pretty sure he's never played Minecraft before, guys. I'm pretty sure he's never played Minecraft. Because he's like 3 years old. Boy, I was playing Minecraft before you were a babe. I'm no Minecraft expert, but like, if it's vanilla, I know what's going on. Elias is also new? How is that possible? How is that possible? There's like no way, right? I bet they can't even make a simple redstone, like an iron door hooked up to redstone with a button. Sad. Sad times we live in. Oh well. I guess we'll find out tomorrow. Do you know how to redstone? Only simply. But like, I'm not like that guy who's like, man, I don't know how it works. Like, I know theoretically how redstone works and like how to make very simple machines and stuff with it. But like, you know, I'm not the guy making the literal thinking computer using redstone. But yeah. Okay, I need to grab some backup questions. Give me a second. I think it's fine. It's fine. I'll just grab a few backup questions. I don't need too many, maybe like 3. So we were doing pretty good on time, but some of these I just couldn't talk for like 10 minutes on, but it's chill. I need to grab the link. Oh wait, no, I do have them downloaded already, don't I? They should be right here. Yep, these are them. So we will hide this for a second. We will change the directory. Hole. Oh, I see what I can do. Don't worry, guys, we're almost there. And then I add all of these backup questions. Oh, there we go. Greetings, Mr. Katagami. Hey, if there was a magical phenomena that occurred where you switch bodies with the LAMENTUS lads, which body would prefer to inhabit for a day and why? May your day treat you with nothing but kindness and happiness, good sir. I think... I think I would swap bodies with Elias because I want to see what it's like when people call you like a weird little freak / positive. Because, like, people don't call me that. They say, hey, pretty mama, you know? But Elias, they go, damn, he's such a freak / pause, you know? What's that like? It's the only way to find out. You understand? Do you want us to call you a weird little freak? No. But it's like an experience that I can't get. And I would think the point of such an exercise would be to experience something that I couldn't get otherwise. Freakigami? No, man. But I see how you guys talk about Elias. It's different than how you talk about me. That's for certain. So yes, I think that's what I would say. And I did think my day treated me with kindness and happiness, and I am a good sir. So thank you, anonymous asker. So you're a weird little freak. I'm hearing this right? No. / pause? Maybe. Okay, next question. Good stuff with the questions, Mane-san. Good stuff. Which is worse, lag or spoilers? Spoilers, 100%. 100% spoilers. Spoilers ruin the experience for you forever. Lag is fleeting. Spoilers are forever. Spoilers ruin things for you forever. I have... Oh my god. I am going to rip my friends out. I have a friend who's like... They don't want to waste their money on something they don't know that they'll like. So whether it's a book or a movie or a game, they purposefully look up spoilers for it to know if they'd be getting invested into something that won't piss them off. I want to punch their lights out. You're a freak. You're robbing yourself of the theoretical enjoyment. Yeah, you dodge any disappointment, but you dodge any joy, too. Actual freak. You're a freak. You can only experience something for the first time once? Yeah. And that's the risk you take. The risk you take on consuming a piece of media for the first time is you run the risk of not liking it. That's called life. What? We want to be all sunshine and rainbows all the time and only get what we want? No. Why are you mad? This is my friend. I'm going to punch his teeth out. We'll all be excited for a game, and then it'll come out, and we'll all be in the middle of playing it. We're like, dang, I'm liking where the story is going. And they'll be like, yeah, I know where it's going too. I like where it's going too. And they go, it's like, wait, but you haven't bought it. Oh, I read it. Subhuman filth. Disgusting. Absolutely rancid. As far as I'm aware, they do that to this day. Subhuman is crazy. I would argue that the thing that separates us from animals is our ability to create and enjoy art. And doing this robs you of such enjoyment. So you are no better than a beast. Mane-san? Oh. Mane-san. No, no, no. Not like this. Not like this. You can enjoy art with spoilers, but not how it was intended to be enjoyed. Not to the fullest extent as those of us who have experienced it with no spoilers. No. No. I can't respect such creatures, even if they are my manager. No, no, no. Okay, next question. Hi, Shiki. Hi. Have you ever not used proper grammar when texting others, or is it only a Twitter thing that you use it? No, I use it all the time. If I have to be, like, expedient, I won't, but Mane-san could probably vouch that even in our Discord, I tend to use proper grammar, unless it's, like, I'm in the middle of something, or I'm just, like, behind and I really need to get them something, or it was, like, important. But I even text with proper grammar, guys. I don't know. That's just how I am. It was alright hanging out here with you guys. Sorry, Mane-san. Everyone, guards, get Mane-san this poison soup. Get Mane-san the soup. Guards. The overuse of periods, though. Define an overuse of periods for me. Can you define that for me? What is an overuse of periods? Is such a thing even really possible? Like this, that's an ellipses. Don't trifle with me. I think using plenty of periods is fine. This is an overuse of periods. Nobody types like that. You can't convince me that anyone types like that. We're talking about using proper grammar. That's not proper. You did on Twitter? As a once in a while bit. Like for emphasis? Or to make a point? Yeah, there's like a use for it. Oxford comma? Yes. I will fight and die for the Oxford comma. I don't know why anyone... I've never heard a convincing argument in support of not using it. There's literally no reason to not use it. It only makes the language more clear. If there's any possibility of a misunderstanding by not using it, then there should never be... It should be mandatory. The M dash, it's fine. What's an Oxford comma? So, like, when you're making a list, right? You're making a list, right? You put a comma before the and. That's the Oxford comma. Technically, according to the rules of English grammar, that comma isn't needed. So, but if you don't use it, sometimes the message could be misconstrued. So, like, What was that textbook example? I'm trying to think of it. There was a textbook example. I'm trying to find an example now. Yes. So it's like, I went to the party. I went to the party and there were, and I saw some strippers, Shiki and Ashkariel. If you don't put that comma there, it seems like you're talking about the strippers are Shiki and Ashkariel instead of you saying you saw strippers and Shiki and Ashkariel. Does that make sense? Because if you only have one comma there, then it looks like it was a clause. I saw some strippers, comma, Shiki and Ashkariel. Does that make sense? If you don't have, but if you have a comma there in front of the and, then it's clear you're making a list, and all of those are three distinct things. That's why we use it. And that's why it makes no sense why anyone could say that they don't like it and that it shouldn't be a thing. Because literally, if without it, that sentence, it has two meanings, and you don't know what the intended meaning is. It defeats ambiguity. So yes, I am pro Oxford comma. It's a comma. How difficult is it to add? I don't know. They're like Puritans. I don't know. Yeah. The Oxford comma. Thoughts on semicolons? They're fine. They're kind of hard to use, though. I'm never really sure exactly when I want to use one. I tend to just not. Would you rather once a month have to wear a shirt that says, "Ask me about my iguana," in which you have to answer and make up stories about your iguana, or for an entire week once a month, all your socks become knee-highs with teal-colored hot dogs on them, and you have to wear them completely without covering? Oh god, that's an easy answer. It's gotta be the shirt with the iguana. A week of wearing teal hot dog knee-highs? This is a niche reference. What is this a reference to? What's wrong with knee highs? That if you have to have them completely uncovered, you can't have shoes. And you have to wear like booty shorts. It's got to be the iguana. Cuz that's only once a month. A whole week in that whack outfit? Nope. You must think I'm out of my mind. Plus, iguanas are cool. I can make up all kind of stories about an iguana, I'm sure. Next question. Not entirely sure if you answered this before, but how did you get into Warhammer? What's something a beginner should know? I got into Warhammer when an older cousin Spirit showed me the game Dawn of War when I was far too young to have been shown it. Dawn of War, especially the first one, is very very gory and like very like part of the game's charm was that things had like insane death animations that were like super like a lot. I thought it was the coolest thing ever, of course. I was into whatever since then. I was like into the games, and then from the games the books, and from the books the miniatures. If there's something a beginner should know, there's no wrong way to enjoy the hobby. So whether you want to collect, whether you just want to read books or play games or do a mix, or whether you want to, you know, play the board game or, you know, play on Tabletop Simulator or whatever, there's no... Your hobby is yours. There's no wrong way to do it. Yeah. That's what I would say to a beginner. Next question. I don't want to go through these too fast. I don't know how many backups there are. What do you think about the new releases earlier today? They are goated. Dragonlay, they're goated. The releases were so good. What's one Warhammer book you'd recommend? The Infinite and the Divine. The Infinite and the Divine. A lot of the references might go over your head if you're not familiar with the setting, but I think it's genuinely well written and funny. And it's got Old Man Robot Yowie. So there you go. Lamau based. Yup, it's a good book. The Meyer Kelpies look sick. Aren't they sick? Those new Maggotkin models are insane. What was the library you mentioned called? The Black Library. It is both a place in the setting and a website. Yeah, and the Infinite and the Divine is really good. And every time I say this, they go, there's no way it's Old Man Yowie. Read the book or listen to it. You'll see. You'll see. Old Man Robot Yowie? Yeah. They're robots. They're really old. They're sexless, but generally go by he, him pronouns. How many miniatures do you own? Hundreds. Could you say the title again? The Infinite and the Divine. Also, make no mistake, the book is not predominantly about Old Man Yowie. However, the two main characters are old men in the bodies of robots that are seemingly in the relationship where they're like enemies, and not to lovers, but like where they're each the most important person in each other's lives, but then they're also like rivals. Yeah. To be clear, there is no explicit yaoi in this. But if the subtext is there, if you know, there are cathedrals everywhere for those with eyes to see. So there you go. Who in LAMENTUS do you think you could take on a fight? Literally anyone. You think these jobbers can beat me? Elias is gonna what? Like pull out a doohickey? I hit him with Eldritch Blast. Liron's gonna like do some parkour or something. Eldritch Blast. Caelen pulls out a gun. Eldritch Blast. Ash might give me a run for my money. I think unfortunately, our average power level is kind of short, kind of small. We're like mostly planners and like thinkers. Yeah. No, Altis? We're not talking about them. We're talking about LAMENTUS. You've got 3 dudes? Yeah. And those 3 dudes get hit with Eldritch Blast. Love those guys, but I don't know what they're supposed to do in a stand-up fight. We're like, you know, we're kind of like villains. We're like underhanded and like planners and like saboteurs. Like, the whole point is that we're not supposed to be able... We're not... Why would we fight, like head on? What about hand-to-hand combat? Oh, then I'm gonna get no diffed. I think Caelen probably wins that one. Because, like, Elias is, like... He's probably anemic. And Liron's, like, one sauce tall. And then Caelen's got, like, police training. And me and Ash are divas. So, if we're not allowed to use powers, I think Caelen wins. Yeah. Are you considering discussing your power level and your lore in the future? I honestly don't know. I'm not exactly sure what I'm... I guess, like, what shape any future lore would take, so it's hard for me to comment on. I have thoughts, of course, but I don't know exactly, like, what medium in which that would be delivered. We're very early yet. I'm interested in doing more lore stuff, but I don't know exactly what shape that will take. Yeah. Next question. Hey, Mr. Katagami. Hey, your model is beautiful. Thank you. If it's okay to ask, what is your favorite part of it, and do you have any ideas or wishes for assets or new outfits? My favorite part, I think it's my mouth. I think it's how expressive my mouth is for different expressions, like... Or like... Or like... Or like... Yeah. Do a close-up? Oh, we have to get through the questions or I'm going to rage. I like that you have lips. Yeah. Yep. I'm very beautiful. My mama did a good job. Real mama. Do you have any ideas or wishes for assets? Off the top, I like glasses. I think glasses would be really fun. Without cutting off all of my hair, I think maybe some kind of hair that isn't literally shorter, but like reads as shorter. So like maybe it's like up or something. Like it's in a ponytail or like a bun or something. So then the silhouette is shorter, even if I still have long hair. I think something that's a little, as far as clothes, like, that's a bit like, the silhouette isn't as like big and flowy. Like you can see more of like my body, like shape, my physique in the silhouette. I'm not super sure like what kind of style I would want it to be, but yeah, those are some of the things that I think would fit my preferences. But again, we're on week 2, guys. It's gonna be a minute until we get to 2.0. It's gonna be a minute. Modern clothes, I think that'd be fun. Can we play dress up while you wait? Of course. Of course. He wants a compression shirt? I didn't say that. And I don't think so. That can stay with Toji Fushiguro. Construction outfit? Hell yeah. I was summer to do construction. Well, it was construction adjacent. So, like, more likely than you think. I did low voltage for a while. Low voltage electric for a while. So that's like phones, internet, like data, things like that. Sayer, hot dog asset? Oh, hot dog asset. Suit and tie. I mean, you can never go wrong with a suit and tie. That's my blue collar VTuber. Yeah. For a time. He really is Barbie. I'm telling you guys, it's not just because I'm a 600-year-old Shikigami. I have done a bunch of things in my time. What shape would your glasses be? I'm kind of partial to like those the ones that only have the rim goes around the sides and the bottom of the frame, like the top of the lens doesn't have a frame. I think that's kind of fun. A Wiener Dog costume? Yeah. Glasses with chains? I think that would suit me well. I think that would look really cool. Yeah. That's a fun question. You wear glasses? No, we're talking about, like, theoretically, if I wanted to have, like, input on my design for, like, a new outfit or something, or assets, that is what I would say. Cowboy Shiki and then a tongue emoji. I ain't quitting you. Yeah, I've read the ancient texts. Next question. Can the family Shikis braid and play with your hair? :3. With the right offering? It would be a hefty price, though. You'd really have to bring me something worth the price. Because, I mean, look at me. You think I'd let anyone just touch this? Come on. Come on. Really good chicken sandwich? Ooh. Wait a second. Can we give you a low taper fade? Hell no. That would be like... I think that would be like a crime against humanity more foul than the burning of the Library of Alexandria. Absolutely foul. The Warhammer spaceship thingy, I'll bring it to you. For a Thunderhawk, yeah, you can braid my hair. Go ahead. Someone make this guy bald. Guards? Guards? Is there any of that soup left? Guards? Bring the soup. Yeah. Next question. Any fun stories to Lamentus or FSP? Me, Altus, some of the Lamentus boys. I think it might have been Elias, Ash, and Liron. And then me, Altus, and Rizar all went to the Warhammer store in Akiba. And because I wanted to take them there, and Altus hadn't, you know, he likes Warhammer too, so we wanted to go. And so they came with us, and we were all looking around the store, and, you know, Altus and I are like, whoa, look at these new models, that look so sick. And like if you've never been, the Warhammer store and cafe in Akiba is like a really good Warhammer store. It has super good models on display, really beautiful gaming tables. It has pretty good drinks actually at the cafe. Yeah, it's a really good store. So Altus and I were looking around, and I turned and I went, oh my god, look at Rizar. And Rizar is talking to the store manager, who is, of course, the best salesman you've ever seen. And Rizar was buying, like, a very expensive Ultimate Starter set for Age of Sigmar. Like, a giant box. Altus and I didn't even need to, like, persuade him into it. It'd be like, hey, man, like, this is what it's got in it. Like, he went off by himself and bought this giant box, and it was so funny. He was like, hey, guys, I got something. And it's the biggest box in the dang store. Really funny. Really funny. I went back to the store with some other friends, and the store owner remembered me, And he's like, any one of your mates gonna buy a big starter set this time? And I said, no. No, not this time. Sorry, buddy. Sorry, buddy. The store owner there, I'm sorry, I don't remember his name, but he's like a really friendly guy. Really nice guy. He like runs you through like a few turns of the game, like if you wanted to like see what the game is like, and he'll like let you paint a mini that you get to keep, and like all the stores would do this, but like this guy was like really good. Like he was really good. He was really proactive in offering those things to people that are in the store. Like every Warhammer store will give you a free miniature if you walk in there. There's a new free miniature they give out every month. Every store. You will walk in there, and you can ask for the mini of the month, and they will just hand it to you. So is Rizar getting into it, or does he already rock with it? He wanted to get into it. It's something that he'd been tossing around, and having me and Altus around encouraged him to try. Because it's the kind of thing he liked, he said. It's kind of a hobby, like you do something with your hands, and you get to like kind of go off in your like mind palace. It's kind of a solo like relaxing hobby, and he said it was something that he wanted to try out. And so he tried it out in the, you know, most expensive way possible, getting a giant starter set. It's a good starter set. It's a really good starter set. Okay, one last question. What type of dere are you? Marshmallow didn't like whatever the nose was, but I'm assuming that's like a squinty face. Soon. I think that's fairly obvious. Yandere is cringe. Dere is kind of milk toast. Tsundere is cliche, but it's cliche because it's peak. Ku. I don't think I'm Ku. This guy is Taiga? Yeah, I'm palm top Shiki. Yeah, I don't think I'm Ku. No. I'm not sure if FSP has a Ku. We're all, like, weirdos. I'm not sure anyone who streams can be Ku. It requires some level of, like, ostentatiousness to stream. You'd be the closest? No way. No way. Who's your favorite tsundere? It might be Taiga. Taiga's definitely up there. From Toradora. You're the most nonchalant? Yeah, but kuderes aren't just nonchalant. They're not just nonchalant. Shake your braid. Happy now. They're usually kind of emotionless. This guy is not that. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, they're nonchalant, but like nonchalant to the degree of like being outwardly passionless. Does he not get the reference? Guys, I'm Unk. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Ain't no way. Guys, I'm 600 years old. I'm from the spirit realm. It's a TikTok? You think I go on TikTok? You think I go on TikTok? I paint Warhammer miniatures. Who the hell do you think I am? Vanta's short? You think who am I? Vanta Crowbringer's keeper? Caelen knows it? Caelen is 4 years old. Caelen knows it? I'm 600. Caelen knows it. You don't think I have better things to do? Bro lives under a rock. Guards! Guards! We're gonna need a bigger pot of soup. Guards, bring the soup. Bro lives in a cave? There's no way. There's no way. I won't let you gaslight me into thinking that this is something that the average person knows. There's just no way. I won't let you do it. I won't let you do it. Okay, Ungami. Yeah, okay, Moonry. Yeah, alright. Guards? Guards, I need that soup now. It's something the average VTuber fan knows. Has it ever crossed your guys' mind that the average VTuber isn't a VTuber fan? I am the VTuber! You think a person who works in a restaurant, their favorite food to eat is in the restaurant they work at? No! They work there! Guards? We need so much soup, you have no idea. I need about 500 servings of soup. Do you not use TikTok? I am 600 years old. I paint Warhammer figures. What do you think? I go outside. We need the soup. We need the soup. We have no more osmanthus? No! No. How am I gonna kill all of you without the soup? How am I gonna kill you without the soup? Well, that's the stream, guys. We did it. Yeah, he says Yandere is cringe. Back up, Mane-san. You read spoilers on purpose. Your opinions are now invalid in this shrine. Be gone now. Well, I had fun today. Hope you guys had fun. Who are we gonna raid? I thought I saw somebody going live that was like atypical for this time. I need to check. Altis is collabing with Nayu, and Altis is never live at this time. Like, ever. So, that's the stream. Altis goes live at this time sometimes. It's been 2 weeks, and he's done it, like, once or twice. So, sometimes, I guess, is true. So, you guys are going to go to Altis. When you get there, remember to say we scroll up, because that's fun, and ask him if he saw my DMs about the new Warhammer reveals, because I needed to share them with him. But don't ask too much. Don't derail his chat. Don't derail his chat. Okay. Shiki, everybody. We're going to this screen now. I believe we still have meet and greet tickets on sale. You could, if you want to meet me next month, the tickets are 3,500 yen. You do it on Discord. You don't have to travel anywhere. Yeah. Shiki, everybody. Bye.